Have you ever, watched your toddler spill a cup of milk? And instead of just grabbing a towel, your brain immediately screams, I can't even manage a simple breakfast. I am completely failing at this.
Oh, yeah. It feels incredibly heavy, and it happens in a split second.
Right. You aren't even seeing the milk anymore. You look at a perfectly normal, messy parenting moment, but somehow the reality gets, warped into something incredibly dark and entirely your fault.
Exactly. You're just seeing this glaring symbol of your own inadequacy.
So today's deep dive is about figuring out why that happens. We are looking at some really fascinating research notes on Dr. Phang Car's concept of the ghost we think.
It's a great concept.
It really is. We're going to explore how 10 invisible thinking errors basically haunt mothers,
Yeah.
acting like this pair of haunted glasses, and why mindfulness is the key to finally taking those glasses off.
Right, and to understand how to take them off, we have to look at how these glasses warp the light of reality in the first place.
It kind of reminds me of trying to read a map in the dark, and these mental ghosts are like someone just whispering the wrong directions in your ear.
That is a perfect analogy. Dr. Phang calls these whispers cognitive distortions or, thinking errors. Rather than just listing all 10 out, let's look at how they actually gang up on you to hijack your nervous system.
Okay, yeah. So give me an example, like a grocery store meltdown.
Yes. Imagine your child has a meltdown at the store. Through normal eyes, it's just a tired kid. But through the haunted glasses, the lens of perfectionism kicks in first.
Demanding your kid behaves flawlessly in public.
Which is basically impossible for a toddler. So when they inevitably act out, the glasses distort the picture even more, and the lens immediately shifts to personalization.
Oh, like my child is crying, therefore I caused this by being a bad mother.
Exactly. You create a direct false link. You're using a mental filter to completely ignore the fact that it's nap time.
And I'm guessing discounting positives comes in here too, like forgetting they were perfectly behaved for the last hour.
Yeah. Spot on. And then the distortion compounds into catastrophic thinking. You don't just see a tantrum. Your brain projects a future where this kid becomes a delinquent because you couldn't control them in aisle 4.
Wow, yeah. It spirals so fast.
It really does. You start using overgeneralization and black and white thinking, labeling your kid lazy over one missed chore, or deciding they hate reading just because they disliked a single book.
Or unfair comparison, where you're just convinced every other kid at the park is better behaved than yours.
Right. Throw in mind reading, assuming you know your child's feelings without asking, and emotional reasoning where you feel guilty for saying no so you end up overindulging them. It's a mess.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit, because I totally get how exhausting that is. But I want to push back a little here.
Sure.
Aren't some of these ghosts like the catastrophic thinking, especially just a mother's biological drive to protect her child? Like, isn't my nervous system just going into overdrive to keep my kids safe from future harm?
Well, yeah, it is absolutely rooted in biology. Our brains have a built-in negativity bias.
Right, to keep us alive.
Exactly. Ancestrally, anticipating the worst-case scenario kept our young alive. But here is where the mechanism breaks down in modern parenting. That biological alarm bell becomes a rigid, unhelpful habit. When you constantly view your child through these lenses, you aren't actually protecting them. You're just constantly triggering your own fight or flight response over non-lethal threats.
So the haunted glasses are basically our protective instincts getting stuck in the on position, right? Just filtering out anything positive until we're reacting to our own anxiety. So how do we take them off?
Dr. Phang points to mindfulness as the ultimate mechanism to break that habit. There's a really powerful quote from the source that says, you can't stop the birds from flying over your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your mind.
Oh, I love that.
It's great, right? The goal isn't to magically stop the anxious, protective thoughts from appearing. It's to catch the distortion before it builds a nest and dictates your actions.
So you notice it.
Yes. You notice the warped thought, label it saying like, this is the perfectionist voice, and gently replace it with a wiser response.
Wait, does replacing it mean we just force, fake positivity on ourselves? Like, I am a glowing goddess of motherhood, and this grocery store meltdown is a beautiful symphony.
No, not at all. It's not about toxic positivity or denial. It's about finding a realistic, balanced truth.
Okay, that makes sense.
Instead of the distorted thought of, I am a terrible mother and this trip is a disaster, the mindful response is, my toddler's having a hard time because they are tired. This is a difficult moment, but it's normal and it will pass.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Parenting is basically a relentless mirror, but But you really don't have to view the reflection through haunted glasses. By spotting these 10 errors, you can respond to your children with a wise mind instead of reacting to invisible ghosts.
It takes practice to catch the distortions, but the clarity you gain when you see your kids and yourself in regular light is entirely worth it.
It really is. I'll leave you with one final provocative thought to ponder today. If your child could somehow hear your internal ghost monologue, that distorted voice of catastrophizing and self-blame, how would hearing that warped voice change the way they view their own everyday mistakes?